Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Right, this is a little introductory to, well actually Joe put me on to this about a month or so ago, and at the time I wasn't in the need for it, so I sort of pushed it to one side. But as you know, I'm doing the road to the Rhine and I needed some paving blocks, cobbles, whatever you want to call them. So the price of actually buying them manufactured, the price is stupid. So I had another little look at a company called Diorama Debris. Now they deal with silicon rubber moulds. So I thought to myself, and they were reasonably priced. I think they were about £7, £8 for a mould. So I decided that I'd actually go for it. Now there was 5 moulds I ordered. I'm still waiting on one mould because it weren't in stock. There is 4 moulds that I'm going to do a review on, and also a review on what the product turns out like from the moulds. So I know what's coming up next, and put it this way, they have impressed me that much that I've just put another order in for bricks and loads of other stuff. So there will be more of this stuff coming up. So I hope you enjoy it, and like I say, if you've got any questions, and I also will put a link in the bottom bit so you can go and have a little look yourself. But I'm impressed and I'm going to endorse them. Oh, the thing I have to say as well, they're a British company and they're actually manufactured in Britain. So what more could you ask? So I've got to fly the flag for this company anyway. So enjoy the next part of the video. Right, these are the four. These are the 4 moulds in question. To start off with, we've got the 6x10 cobblestones. Yes, yeah, that's that one. Then we've got the French-made manhole and frame, which is this one. I know you can't see much from that distance, but I will drop down and we'll have a closer look. This is the cobblestone curb edgings, and the final one is storm drains. Now there is a 5th one which was out of stock, but that will be wheeling its way to me, so that will be included, and that is paving slabs, small 12x12 ones which they used to use on the paths. So that one will be included in this. But what I shall do, I will take a close look at the mould, and then I'll go off and cast some off camera, because I need to do a bit of experimenting, because these are totally new to me. I shall cast them and we'll have a look to see what the results are like on all of them individually. So I shall drop down now and we'll take a close look at the cobblestones. Right, this is the first one we're going to have a look at. This is, hands out the light there. This is the cobblestones. Now you get 76 full ones and you get 4 halves. You can't really see, well you can just about see the texture, and it's the talcum powder that's on it at the moment. They all need a wash and get rid of that talcum powder, because that's the residue in the corners. It's talcum powder. So you get 76 plus your 4 halves. So I'm going off now and I'm going to cast these, and we'll have a little look at what sort of detail they're actually got on. Right, there's not a lot more I can say. You can see it, I think. These are the paving blocks, and they have turned out absolutely gorgeous. They really have. and this is the one that started it all. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer again. The detail on it is absolutely fantastic. It really is beautiful. I have got no complaints at all, and I'm going to be looking forward to using this. I'm going to slide that one out, as I couldn't help myself. I had to do a bit of weathering on some of them. Just take that back out again, and as you can see, there is not a thing wrong with them. Excuse me, I'm going to get across there. They are absolutely beautiful, and that's all I can say. I am so pleased with the way these are turning out. If all their moulds are like this, it's like I say, there's going to be a lot more in my camp. Right, this one is the curb edgings, and you can see the texture inside the mould on this one. It still could be a lot better once it's washed, but you get quite. I find myself a pointy stick. I don't want my big fingers in there. I've got one there. It's got a bit of super glue on it, but that will do. You've got your cheese for your real tight corners. Then this one here, you'd need, I would say, 2 of them to make a gradual corner, and that's to make a real slow corner. 1, 2 of that. 2, 3, 4. You get 4 of that size, 2 of that one, 2 of that one, and 4 of this size. This is, I would say, just so you don't have to keep cutting curbs up to do the job. So that's a pretty good idea of doing them all different sizes. So you can actually, you can do it in stages. So that's this one. I shall be off, and we'll cast this one, and we'll see what this one's like. As promised, I'm back with a casting. Now, these, as you can see, are absolutely beautiful. They really are. The detailing on them, I am more than happy with it. I really am really pleased with these. Now, this is the corner which I said in the clip before, you probably need 2, but you only need 1 to create that corner. And over here we have, we call this the cheese, and I'm just showing you what they look like. And then over here we have, I call the slow corner, and you're going to need 2 of them to actually make a slow corner. But the detail on it is fantastic, and the nice thing about it is they're detailed both sides. If you can see that, I'm trying to twist my arm round. They're detailed, so if you wanted to do a path the opposite way, so you actually had a corner like that coming inwards, you could actually do that with no problem at all. Me personally, I think these are absolutely beautiful. And I'll move that out of the way for a second. I'll bring this one in. Now, they look even better. I did just a small bit of pigment on it in a box with some sand, small amount of pigment, and they are absolutely, I really am chuffed with them. I really am. I'm going to really enjoy putting these onto, well, actually building a diorama. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. They really came out really smashing. I can see there's going to be a lot more of these moulds being used in Simon Kemp's camp. Right, that's that one. We're off to the next one. Right, now we're looking at the French style manhole, and the reason why it is a French style, because British ones don't have a square frame. Actually, nor the German. German have a circular frame, I think, but the French have the square one, which is going to make it nice and easy, especially when you're laying blocks. You don't have to cut round a half circle, which is nice. But the detail on this is in the mould is absolutely fantastic. Sorry about the grotty stick, but it's the only thing I could find. And this is going to be another nice one. Now these are supposed to be cast in resin. They do say on their website this mould will take resin, but also it will take a very hard casting powder, which I'm going to give it a go in the hard casting powder, which is what I've got, and we'll see what the results come out like. Right, yes, again, there is nothing to say. All you got to do is have a look. The detailing is absolutely fantastic. These two items marry up. I'm going to get it in place perfectly. Look at that, look. Absolutely perfect. The detailing in it is absolutely beautiful. And I can't say no more. I really can't say no more. I am so pleased the way these are all turning out. Now I shall shift that one out, and I shall bring this one in. Get that in. Oh, get that in. All I've done with that is just give it a bit of black paint and rubbed it off. That's it. Oh, tell a lie. I put a pencil around it. Let's just get the top off. Look at that. It's very difficult to stump the big fella for words, but they are absolutely fantastic. I have no complaints at all with these. That's it. A picture tells 1,000 words. And this one is storm drains. Now this one is tiny. If I put this, that's a needle. Look at the state of it. That's got super glue all over it. But this is extremely fine. That is the frame for this manhole storm drain cover, which if you look at it now, these haven't changed since the Victorian times. They were cast that way, and even modern day ones are still exactly the same. And also we've got a smaller storm drain. This would be the type that you would have probably in your back garden, yard, or somewhere like that, and that has a really fine frame to it as well. So this is going to be very, very interesting to cast. These ones are supposed to be cast in resin, but they do say that you can cast them in the ultra hard casting plaster. And like I say, I've got the ultra hard casting plaster, so I shall attempt to do it in plaster to start off with, because I don't really want to be mucking around with resins, and hopefully I can get this out. So I'm off now to cast this one. Right, start off with, to be fair to the manufacturer that made this mould, on their website they did say this would be a resin pour, and they did state that, and they did state that if you were very careful, you could probably get these out using casting powder. Now I had a go because I didn't really want to mess about with the resin, and as you can see, they are really delicate. They are really delicate. I did about 5 castings, and I got one out of it that was bang on, which is that one, and a drain cover. I think with a little bit more practice on my behalf, I could actually get that. I could actually get them out using this. Detail wise, absolutely fantastic, as you can see on these smaller storm drains. Absolutely stunning moulds. They really are. They really impressed me, and for the price of them, you can't really go wrong. And if you want to do any diorama work, these are the things to go for. So that's that one, and that's the end of the whole 4